just come out of Red 1, starring Dwayne Johnson and J.K. Simmons and God knows who else, because I really couldn't give a shit. That was one of the worst Christmassy films I've ever seen. The credits rolled and I almost started crying because of how horrific the film was. It was like, I mean, I'm not really geared up at the moment for Christmas anyway. I'm not feeling the festive spirit yet. But for fuck's sake, honestly, Red 1 contains like more bullshit than this week's US presidential election. Seriously. It was like one of the worst Christmas films you could possibly imagine in terms of story. I mean, it's filled with bullshit morals that I wouldn't feed any of my like nephews. Do you know what I mean? There was like... being good and being bad was touched upon, but then just very quickly veered away from. It just sort of, it was just there in the background. I didn't care about any of the characters at all. The whole North Pole concept was I'm so sorry. I feel like I should apologise to Lucy Liu herself. I'm so sorry, Lucy Liu. Normally you're in quite you're in not bad films. I mean, Kill Bill's just excellent, but this one, oh my god. The only good thing about Red 1 is the costumes, I think, because Dwayne Johnson's character, lovely, like red leathery sort of or outfit. Really strange to see the other guy. Oh shit, what's his name? Chris. Is it Chris Evans? Is that him in this? Forgive me, totally forgotten. Anyway, I'm just overwhelmed by how fantastically shit this film was. So I can't remember his name. Is it Chris Evans? Oh my god, he underplayed. It was the wrong character, absolute wrong character. Because in other films, I mean, I know you shouldn't obviously stereotype people and typecast and God knows what else, but this was the wrong character for him. He's too big for it. Even when he tried to play like this naive, naive, downbeat dad, I wasn't convinced at all by the lead male character. Far from convinced by the rest of them. I honestly think Lucy Liu was probably the best part of this, and she's only in it for like 3 scenes, and she has less than like 20 lines. Okay, so it was. No. I'm sorry. I've got nothing good to say about this film at all. It was appalling. Absolutely appalling. Now, it was done by... again, forgive me if wrong, but it said on the trailer that I saw previously, it was done by the same people who did Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Fucking loved Jumanji. Action-packed. The animation was spot on. The stories, the characters, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This, however, you'd think this had been done by some fucking, like, a bunch of amateur college kids. It was just shocking. I wasn't pulled in. I wasn't captivated by any of the characters. The giant polar bear, the snowmen who come out of the sea. Side note, incredible. It's one of those films where the backing characters don't notice that a tiny toy car has been blown up and made life-size for the main characters to get in and drive off. No one bats an eyelid. They bat an eyelid when the snowmen come out of the sea, but they don't bat an eyelid when the weather turns, because on the beach, during the beach scene, which is a bit random, it starts going all stormy weather and cloudy and stuff when the witch makes an appearance. And I'm very careful. I look out for things like this, so I always I go for the background, so I look over there to see if any of those people, like the extras on the sun loungers, are reacting. Nothing. They're all just laying there, like chatting, giggling, catching a tan, even though the clouds have gone fucking worse than Twister country. This was absolutely diabolical. Seriously, none of the characters, none of the animation, none of it. It was horrific. It made good use of unknown actors. I've never seen The Witch before in anything. Mrs. Claus, no fucking idea, never seen her before. Oh God, I don't know what else to say other than what I have said. Please do not give Red 1 any sort of don't give it the time of day. Do not spend a penny on this new Dwayne Johnson film. Oh, another one, Dwayne Johnson. I'm trying to think. Jumanji, he was all right, but in Red One, he remains completely void of emotion. He's completely expressionless. He's just monotone all the way through. You know, there's an emergency. Santa Claus has been kidnapped. We need to get him back to the North Pole. You know, anyone else would be like, oh my God, Santa Claus has been kidnapped. You know, Santa Claus has been kidnapped. We have to go and rescue him. You know, all the way through the film, it's just Dwayne Johnson. You know, there's a fight with Krampus halfway through. One of the most boring scenes I've ever seen, and he still just stands there like goes to like swing for him and hit him, and he's, oh my God, I didn't need this today. Like I said, just now when the end credits rolled, I almost like burst into tears because the music that's better watch out, you better not cry. You better no, I'm telling you what, it just didn't fit. It didn't seem right. The whole film was such a piece of shit that playing that right to lead out as the credits roll was just insult to injury. It was horrific. I'm gonna have to keep it down because people might sorry. So yeah, I wouldn't watch this again if you paid me. If you said I was going to win the lottery after watching this again, I still wouldn't watch it. I could not sit through that again. It was absolutely diabolical. So, is there any more ridiculous stuff? Oh, a ridiculous point. How the lead guy, the character. He doesn't believe obviously that Santa Claus exists, but there's towards the end you see J.K. Simmons as Santa. He goes around like it's the scene that leads out and closes the film. He goes around delivering presents to all the kids and shit, and it's like, well, I mean, would none of the parents, like even the lead character who's got a child, if his kid has been delivered presents previously by Santa, would he not have picked up on that someone's just dumped a load of shit in their lounge? You know what I mean? Under the Christmas tree. That's another thing. I'm well up on that sort of shit. Like, like there's a kid. The camera focuses on a kid who's been given a console game by Santa. Right at the end. Split second. Irrelevant character. Doesn't matter. But it's that whole thing of like, well, in the morning, his parents are going to be like, are you telling me a strange man just entered our house and gave you that DVD? Where the fuck is it? Do you know what I mean? I hate stuff like that. I can't stand it. So yeah, that did make me realise how Chris Evans' character. Fuck, is it Chris Evans? I always get these guys. You know Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth. They're all just cut from the same Play-Doh, aren't they? I always get those like confused. Anyway, the lead character, the downbeat dad. He would have seen that he would have noticed in the past if his kid was and his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend in the film who he's on the phone to a few times, both of them would have seen like random presents that Santa would have dropped off in their lap. Anyway, you get my point. I sure as hell get my point. It just adds to the ironically, the bullshit of Red One just snowballs and snowballs and snowballs. There's nothing decent. The plot and storyline, as I say, it's full of bullshit morals that I wouldn't feed any of my nephews. There are characters that are just cringe. It's almost like a West End show, you know, when the background's just filled with a shitload of extras and cast and stuff. The scene during, where they see Krampus, it's just so boring. Oh my God. And the witch at the end, right, so Red One, it's not worthy of cinema at all. This is like a Nickelodeon, like a kids Nickelodeon TV show. It's just an episode of a shit Nickelodeon show. That's the only way I can describe it. This isn't worthy of the big screen whatsoever. The only way it would be worthy of the big screen is for IMAX, for the graphics, because, well, let's face it, I mean, the CGI, the sort of the saturation and the clarity and quality of the picture overall, okay, it's brilliant. Only in that respect. That's the only, that's all I liked it for. Wow, oh my God, I spent nearly 10 minutes talking about this and I hated it. I always do this, always. So, right, quick sum up. Red One is probably one of the worst festive films you could ever sit down to watch. Its characters blend spectacularly into the background. As soon as they pop up, for example, the lead character's son, they're gone. As soon as someone delivers a line that's slightly sort of touching or enigmatic, they vanished. It's too messy. There's too many backing extras. The witch at the end, how her story ends. Oh my god, she gets. Okay, all right, I'm not going to give it away. But what happens to her? She reacts to it with, like, all the emotion of someone who's just gone into fucking Tesco and their favourite pack of biscuits is out of stock, and yet. Okay, no, that's it. I'm ending this here because I probably will also get done by staff in a minute because they all know that they all know that I stand here going off on one. So, wow, in complete reverse. Red 1, red 0. No. Blue 0. Anything but red 1. That was just, and just quickly round off. What is red 1? What, I don't understand. What is the concept of this? Why are you trying to make Santa Claus cool and hip and like fucking Brixton? Yeah. No, it didn't work at all. And if anything, the red 1 is more of a warm up. It's like a warm up sketch. It's like it's something someone's just vomited over a sketch pad. Anyway, right, I'll leave this here before I hit fucking 12 minutes, and don't bother at all.